Alright, welcome back. Today I am going to do this swap real quick. I gotta swap chassis, I gotta make changes, I gotta finish my build car, but most importantly, this car is gonna end up going away. I have sold this car, so this car is gone. So I never sell any of my RCs, but the person buying this car been out of the hobby a long time and he wants to get back into it. So gave him a price, gave him a good deal, and this car is now going to go away. So I'm going to prep this car for him. I got to put a radio in it so that it works off a controller, because right now it works off my controller. So I'm going to put Spectrum radio on this, and we're gonna get rid of this RC. Rattle Can Lexan did the body for me. The body's going away with it. So you guys have seen me do this stuff 1,000 times, so for me, I'm not going to talk you through it this time. I'm just going to hurry up and get this done. Brace is off. Next thing we're going to do is pull the electronics. Like I said, it's going to go pretty fast here. Oh, one. My hand is probably in the way. I'm used to the camera being on the other side. Make sure your wheels are centered. I take things apart in chunks. It makes it easier for me. Get this bolt out here before I lose it. And then the next thing we're going to do is the differentials. That hold on to this rear diffuser. I'm used to the camera being on the other side. Since I'm left-handed, it's been in the way. So I'm trying to get the camera angle. So that's going to take care of our rear. And I stand up the bolts. Now I'm going to do the front. I got to get that bolt changed out. It is bent. Pull apart my front, and then now the front diff. So that's my front diff. Now that I have all those bolts out, this rear tire off too. So that I can get to this bolt. And then to make my life easier, I'm going to take off mount. That's just going to make my life easier to get that bolt out. There's my rear diff. And let's see if the steering wants to come off with it, or if I'm going to have a problem with the steering. So all I did was retighten up the top because that's where it gets loose. And there's the chassis I'm going to be using. So we are now going to break down another car. Back at it. So what I ended up doing yesterday was cleaning out the chassis and also pulling out this Flowpack's center drive shaft deal. It's got a pretty good wobble going to it, and it's so heavy. I have a feeling this one had the 1515 2200 kV motor in it, and I ran it that way for 6 months. And when I crashed it and fixed it, I put this drive shaft in it just to make it a little stronger, and then from there I started having motor overheating problems. So I have a feeling the rotating mass with this is creating a problem, so I'm going to eliminate it, which means I'm going to have to it has the short drive shaft that goes with it. I'll have to put a longer drive shaft back in it. So we're going to do that. So hopefully this drive shaft will hold a little bit until I get some 8mm in. So trying to get all the electronics back in it because I want to do some testing today. I did notice a bunch of loose hardware yesterday, so I'm making corrections to some of that stuff as well. This is going to be zip tied up over here. I'm hoping now that the motor had time to cool that there's no issue with it. Alright, let's get this ride set up a little bit. Now I've cut holes in this to get to the grub screws here, so that I can adjust the ride height. The problem is that with it in the grub screw, kind of holds the control arm down. So they're all the same right now. So we are gonna screw it in. Half, 1, half, 2, half, 3. So half, 1, half, 2, half, 3, half, and a half. They're exactly the same now. The drop's perfect. So I'm gonna leave the back, I think, where it's at. Looking pretty good right there. We are pretty good, pretty dialed. That's close enough to get us to doing shock adjustments. So, the next thing I'm going to do is, I guess, put on the front clip. Should get me by for now, so I can at least go test it. And I'm going to hold off on doing the rear wing for now. I want to get the car going straight. So we're going to grab our tools, grab the car. I'm going to go out and do some testing.
I think that's the
All right, came out to test my car. But there seems to be a lot of people out here. I do have it on 8S, trying to walk away from the people. It's really low. Now the people are following me. I just want to see if it's going to kick. So, going straight now that I rebuilt the suspension and re-geared it. So I set the alignment, rebuilt all the shocks, changed out the center drive shaft so you can hear that the drive shaft is hitting the center brace. But the other one with the weight is causing it to kick out. So I didn't, I took that one out. Even though the factory one flexes, it won't cause the car to kick. So I'm going to turn off RC Guys Live, wait for this car to leave, and try to make a hit, at least one. Oh, now the kid's going to walk in the middle of the street. So now I got a bicyclist. motor's still cold, so the gearing's working. I'll head back the other way because everybody followed me this way. The car's just too fast to have those little tiny kids around. So I think on foams it might be okay. I want to try GRP tires as well, but you can hear the rear drive shaft is bad. I'm trying to avoid that square because it'll rub real hard. So it's kicking to the right a little bit, so I'm gonna up the pressure on the left because that tire's got to be given way a little bit. There we go. There we go. So all depends on the road. I can still see it kicking a little bit right. All I really need, I think now, is to change out that rear drive shaft. Let me check this motor. Ice cold. So the gearing's working. Getting rid of that rear drive shaft is working because I don't have that load anymore. So way better. So the next thing to do is to get it out and get the Sky RC on it. But this build is complete. No more kicking. So I got 50K fluid in the rear, 1 million in the front, and gearing I'm gonna play with. And then I got rid of Flow Pack's drive shaft. It was creating a lot of issues. And it probably is good for speed runs, but for drag racing, it's too much rotating mass. It was literally causing issues with the car kicking real bad. So rather than deal with that, I just took it out of there. So I'll wait for this car and we'll give it a rip again. right, a little bit more tuning. Let's see. See those 4 beeps? That 4 beep is sensor error. So the sensor in this motor is having an issue as well when it gets warm. So I have to contact Castle on that and find out. First thing I'm going to do is change out this sensor wire and make sure that it's not the sensor wire itself. Because it could be a harness isn't pulled out of the ESC. But those 4 beeps is letting me know that there's a sensor error, I believe, with this motor. And the motor's not even hot right now. It's still ice cold. So I don't know why I'm getting those sensor beeps. I know it starts glitching after it gets 1 or 2 hard hits. And it's starting to irritate me. So let me get these lights off. So the ESC already turned off. The ESC fan, I mean. But 4 beeps, I believe, is a sensor error. I don't have the steering near the sensor wire. Sensor wire is okay. And when it cools down, that goes away. So I don't know if I should pop the cover off the back of here if something's going on. The sensor's seeing something funny. And what happens is that creates a glitch in this motor, which is starting to make me mad because this isn't old at all. So there we go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.